Welcome to the Roy and Matt Show, and Roy verlesen det geweld.
Yes. What?
Butter.
Welcome. Once again, I am Matt.
I am Roy.
I'm Jake the intern.
I'm producer Logan.
And what the heck did you say today to our Norwegian friends?
To our Norwegian friends tonight, I said Roy is feeling it.
I am feeling it. I am a little ticked off about the intro music, although I felt like we were in Nam, but I thought we were going to play something else.
Oh.
I thought we were going to play something else. I thought we had talked about playing the music from Hudson Hawk. What happened?
I screwed up. I guess
I
I screwed up
wanted to
then.
do that later.
No. I wanted to bring us in on that.
This was
we
later.
were arguing, and you brought up some cruddy rendition of Matt had said, let's bring in Swing on a Star. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Earlier, and I knew I was tracking. I was tracking with what you wanted.
Well, I'm going to say, I can't think of a better movie Bruce Willis has done than Hudson Hawk.
When you say a crummy rendition, you mean
Die Hard,
the original.
all of them. Die Hard. Hold on, stop. Live Free, Die Hard was on just yesterday, I think. Awesome movie. He kills a helicopter with a car.
Kills a helicopter.
He was low on ammo.
He's not alive anymore. Yeah.
No, and you could see he was debating. He's debating on how much it was going to hurt by rolling out of the car, but he did it anyway. You know why? Because he's that guy. You guys remember that?
Yeah, but
He's that guy.
I don't disagree. And
Would you want to be that guy?
Oh, no,
at some point,
It's one of my life's ambitions to
be that guy.
to win a fight by throwing my car at someone. But Hudson Hawk is awesome.
It's old. You know what's so funny? We brought that movie up. We're like, oh yeah, Hudson Hawk, and we looked around the room.
Nothing. Not a thing.
Nothing.
All right, listen.
I knew the reference.
Intern Jake. Point Break is number 1 on the list, but Hudson Hawk is now number 2 on
Number
there.
2. Okay, you guys need to just bring me in this home.
Don't.
Come
Don't
on.
you
We
dare
talked
give
about
us demands.
we talked about last episode.
Yeah.
That we'll bring you the movie.
I am a poor,
at some
defenseless
point.
college student.
So
Aren't we
play
all?
the version. Do you have the version that you originally played for us?
The Bill
Swinging on-
Crosby version, the original.
Yep,
version.
love Bill Crosby. He is the funniest black comedian I know.
Would you like to swing on the star?
And have a Jello pudding pop.
Pudding pops.
I don't
I
have
like to swing on a Jello
Put on
pudding
the
pop.
sweater.
I don't have it up, but if
This
you
is
would
the
like
worst
it, I
Bill
can get it
Cosby
for you.
impersonations I've ever heard.
Father, may we have Swinging on a Star?
Here, you know what? I'm just going to give you Frank
Shunk,
Sinatra.
shunk, shunk. Fire shot from her eyes.
I
What?
can't hear this song without sticking my index fingers together.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You free.
This is fruity. This is not good.
You said get me swinging on a star. I got you swinging on a
All
star.
right, so turn it up.
He kicks up at anything he hears.
Cookie
His
Dame.
back
Yeah.
is brawny.
Right.
All right, that's fine, but it's not cool.
No,
It's
it's
not
not
cool.
what. But I understood the
All
reference
right,
that you had.
So do the Hudson Hawk one. If anybody hasn't seen Hudson Hawk is Bruce Willis and Danny Aiello. Is that how you pronounce the
Danny
name?
Aiello.
Well, Hudson Hawk is just Bruce Willis.
Right.
Daniello is
Is-
his partner in crime.
Whatever his name is.
Yeah.
But they don't
They're thieves.
They're thieves.
They perpetrate heists.
perpetrate. Awesome. They perpetrate heists, but
They're stealers.
they're stealers. But Hudson, the Hudson Hawk, he does not wear a watch, and so whenever they go and do stuff where they need to meet up, instead of going like 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 alligator, 5 alligator,
Or synchronizing swatches.
or synchronized swatches, they sing a song. And give us an example. Do you have it?
I have it right here.
Let's do it.
Would you like to swing on a star?
See, he's whispering because he's heisting.
Hold, can you go back a little bit? I know
Heister.
he's a heister.
Simply put.
He's a
Can you go back to
burglar.
the first part? No. Where they're before that? Where they're talking about which song to
when they're
use.
discussing it.
We should
Speaking of Shadow by
we
Sun.
should prep.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Good plan, Junior.
We got about 5 minutes and change.
5 minutes and change.
5:32, swinging on a star.
You know, they invented something while you're inside. It's called a watch.
Inside him is in prison.
Thanks.
What? You don't know. Yeah, this is a really clean audience.
Would you like to swing on a star?
They're whispering because they're getting ready to perpetrate their heist.
In the better off than
They're
you
sneakers.
are.
And they're not in the same spot. And they're on skateboards, right? They're on skateboards. Not like these really good
It's an
skateboards,
animal
but like
with
old
long funny
skateboards.
ears. He kicks up at anything he hears.
And as they do this heist, right, when they get to the chorus way down below, that's when they actually have whatever they stole. And they're like, and then they're walking at the end. Can you skip to the very end?
Yes, I can.
Man.
It crescendos with them winning 5 minutes, 22 seconds, 20-ish
32.
seconds, whatever, later, and they're like high-fiving each other, and they have the I don't know, the scepter was the score. They have the whatever,
They're
the
stealing
falcon.
Da Vinci items.
It's a horse.
It's a horse. They have the horse. You're watching the movie?
That's where it's coming from.
Oh.
That,
Well, I'm glad you have private
This,
viewing.
this
over there.
podcast would be literally the greatest podcast we ever do if we just played the movie.
All right, so anyway, we'll get off of that.
When
Anyway,
does
I thought
Bruce
that's the
Willis-
song we were going to sing, and we didn't, and so
Well,
that's it.
I want to say one more thing about Hudson Hawk because I think everybody should go watch. Even if you've seen it 100 times, like myself, go watch it again. Any movie where they say this is the world's greatest cat burglar, I'm in. You have me.
Yeah, I mean, people stealing cats—that's the best.
Yeah.
Cat juggling.
Cat juggling.
I'm just saying that I know I don't always have the highest standards, but if you say this movie is about the greatest heister, is that the word you invented?
I was just saying things that you guys were saying.
Well, yeah,
All right.
They were sneaking around, those sneakers.
Well,
So-
we say awesome things, so you should probably repeat them all.
So
I usually do
we
to other
have
people.
we have a whiteboard that we have a couple things on, and I have at the very top of the whiteboard today. I have this thing said a word that says worst. You guys ready?
What on earth is this?
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
I'm sorry. I know you hate pauses, but you ready for
Yeah,
this?
you just increase the amount of work I have to do.
That's fine. Here we go.
Does not affect me
listen,
at all.
listen.
Today's-
Here's the question: worst thing you've ever shot out of your nose? Worst thing. I'm thinking of the worst thing you can shoot out of your nose. What am I thinking?
Soda.
Bug,
No, you're not. You are thinking.
vomit.
There's a ton of things. I just wanted to say that.
I would
But
say this.
What's the worst thing? Think about the worst thing you've ever shot out of your nose.
Soda.
Soda. Okay, soda. That's
It's bubbly.
all right.
It stings in the nostrils.
All right. What else?
I would say this: when you eat corn on the cob and that one kernel goes up the wrong way and somehow it comes screaming out of your nose.
and launch it. Well, you cough or something, right?
Yeah, you cough and it comes screaming out and you want to die.
Okay, Logan.
I've had a bug before while driving on my motorcycle. That was really uncomfortable.
Wait.
Unprotected.
All right.
Yeah, it just flew into my nose and I had to get it out.
No, not into your nose.
No, but it
But it
came
had to come
out.
out.
It had to come out, and that was
I think,
not fun.
I think he
this-
specifically means it went in through your mouth.
and out through your nose.
Okay, if it had to just start in my body, it would be vomit. I got sick from it one time, and it came right out.
All right. You know what? I had some. Never mind.
I-
What? Chunky? Was it chunky vomit?
It was pretty bad.
You know, that's the worst smell anyway. And for
Yeah.
it to just be lodged in your.
Yes.
How old were you? You were even old enough to have nose hair yet?
I was 19.
19. Yeah, you had a few little peach fuzz things in there.
Thank you.
Well, what
Maybe.
was on your mind though?
You know what? It wasn't anything that happened to me. It happened to my wife.
You were just going to say milk, weren't you?
Somehow this is gonna go
Wait,
really
I
bad.
feel like in the rules episode of the podcast.
Sorry,
Remember.
Jill.
Remember, the rules were, listen, there's some rules, blah, 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 and that meant I can do the podcast, and she brought this up.
Oh,
the other
fair
day.
game, fair game, fair game.
She brought this up.
It's all good.
I've got
So,
to find her phone number.
I probably had like spaghetti or something that came out of my nose one time, which is, you get a little bit of a string in there, and that's about it.
Oh, okay.
Jill, on the other hand, was eating a salad, and she was eating a
Hold
salad.
on, stop.
What?
Crouton.
Oh, that would hurt.
Raisin.
That would hurt
That's-
really bad.
Sunflower seed.
though. Yeah, the bug didn't hurt so much, but the crouton, that would kill a guy right there.
Well, they're huge.
I don't know. It was one of those Madagascar cockroaches just coming out of Logan's
It was a
nose.
bee.
It's a bee.
It was a bee.
Did it sting your
No,
nose?
luckily not. It was really scary because I was going down the freeway.
Okay.
And it went right in and came right back. I was freaking out. I flipped up my visor and was trying to scare it out of my helmet.
How did I don't want to detract too much. It flipped. You're wearing a visor.
No, it comes up from underneath because underneath the helmet's just open. and so it came out. It hit my jacket and went up, and right into the front of my helmet.
You're the only guy I know with a funnel helmet. It goes right into your nose. I don't ride a motorcycle. It's on my list of
That's
things
obvious.
to do. So anyway, she's eating the salad, and it has peppers, like bell peppers and other peppers.
Like pepperoncinis?
I don't have no idea, but all of a sudden she coughed or did whatever you do and shot peppers out of her nose, and it was like pepper spray right there.
Hey-o.
She pepper sprayed her own nose. So
You know what?
worst thing ever.
That's brutal. But
Vomit wins.
can we just take a quick moment?
Winning.
Will you tell the story about your dad pepper spraying himself?
Okay. Yeah. So
Why?
Why,
right.
why would you tell the story?
No, is there just like, did you say like in a short phrase why he would do that and then go on with the
No,
story?
So listen,
No.
my dad. Have you guys ever been in my dad's truck at all?
I'm going to interject real
no.
quick here. I actually purchased. Your dad drives a Honda Ridgeline.
Right.
My car died, and I was in the market, and I was looking at different cars. And Roy borrowed his dad's Honda Ridgeline and said, "Drive this car. It's an old man car because it's so functional and awesome."
It is awesome.
So we went out to lunch, and he let me drive the truck as a test drive to see if I would want one. And
Dad, if you're listening to this podcast, okay, he was sitting on my lap. I had complete control of the entire thing. Don't worry.
But I bought a Honda Ridgeline. They're great. They're
Right.
great. But the best part
You're like
about,
65 now. You look great.
Yeah, the best part about your dad's Honda Ridgeline is there was like 15 canisters of bear mace.
There are. So here's the deal. If you go into my dad's Ridgeline, there is bear spray on the right-hand side. There's bear spray on the left-hand side. There's there's another bear spray in the glove thing, and then there's two other cans of like mace, gel mace, that are in there. Not to mention a ton of flashlights and a ton of bags
Well, and there was at least 10 pocket knives.
and 10 pocket knives. So
And none of that was made up. Those numbers are accurate. We pulled out the pocket knives and counted them.
it might not have been 10.
Oh,
But,
sorry, it was probably 12.
and I know he's going to – I don't think he'll ever listen to this, but he would totally hate it that I revealed all that. But it's out of love. It's out of love. Thanks for supporting the show, Dad. And so what happened was my dad, he was walking kind of recovering from a surgery, and some dogs came up to him, and he never liked that feeling. So after that, he started to carry mace and bear spray. Actually, he carried mace for a long time, like pepper spray. And then I showed him that you could get it in like a what is that? Like a fire extinguisher canister size, and he's like, "Oh, I'm in." So that's when he started to buy those and holsters. And so he carried those for years, and he never used them. He never used them. So one day he comes home, him and my mom came home from bingo, and there were these cats fighting out in the driveway.
Oh, man.
And so he goes out there and he's like, forget it. I'm just going to take care of these cats right now. And so he goes, but at the last minute, he's like, you know what? These are cats. They didn't do anything except for like fight in my driveway. So he decides to shoot it over the cats. So he shoots it over the cats, and he's like, and the cats are just like, what was that?
Well,
Nothing.
And in case you've never used bear mace before, bear mace shoots like 50 feet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
30 feet.
Yeah,
30
it's
feet or
supposed to have
so.
a long
But-
shot range.
Yeah, and it balloons out. And so he's like, well, this stuff's crap, right? And then the breeze blew it back into his face, and they have like this, the way their house is set up is they have a breezeway which like attracts breeze, and so that's kind of where he was, and it goes right into his face, and he's like, he starts choking and coughing and saying stuff, just swearing, and my mom's like, what is going on? And he's swearing, and she comes outside, and she gets bear maced, and she's just like, oh my gosh, this is like shards of glass are in my eyes, and they're washing each other's face out, and just it was a nightmare. It was a nightmare. So he bear maced himself.
Don't pee in the wind. Don't pee in the wind.
Yeah,
bear mace in
don't
the
shoot
breeze.
bear mace in the wind. So anyway, that's the bear mace story.
That's the worst ever.
Yeah. Well, it didn't go up his nose, so
Just in his eyes.
Solid.
just in his eyes.
his
And
lungs.
then I see people that we had a friend of ours that was an Army Ranger, and he was with his in-laws one time, which were these. He was with his brother-in-laws, and they were Tongans, and they were Tongans, right?
Well, Tongans are Samoan.
Whatever. They were island guys. They're big, huge island guys, and there was 4 of them in a car, and they were in a Hyundai, weren't they? So you can imagine that thing was just like scraping the ground.
Logan.
What car were they in?
A Hyundai. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, Hyundai.
Right now you get all meek. You're usually all militant about Korean stuff.
Sorry.
Tongans.
Yeah.
So the humongous Tongans and
They're
our friend
Hyundai.
who used to fight like MMA style.
What?
Yeah, he was
Hold on.
Where do you get
hand-to-hand.
things friends?
Hold on.
Oh, we have so many things to
This
talk
story-
about.
There's so many things.
There's so many things to talk about.
I just want to qualify this friend because he fought in the MMA, and he was telling us one day at lunch that he went to an MMA camp and he was I think he won best fighter in the camp, and the prize for winning was you got to fight 3 rounds with Hoist Gracie.
Hoist Gracie.
Hoist
Hoist
freaking Gracie.
Hoist freaking Gracie.
No?
There's nothing coming out of the
I
round.
know who you're talking
He
about.
invented it anyway. So
Yeah.
I in my foolishness, I'm like, you fought Hoist Gracie, and he's like, yeah, he beat me up pretty bad. I'm like,
I bet he did.
I go, I want to fight you so that I can say there's less than 5 degrees of separation between me fighting Hoist Gracie. And so Paul's like, yeah, we'll fight. I'm like, all right, cool,
We dropped his name. That's right. His name's Paul.
Look out, folks.
Paul. But we all worked together, and so Paul, like 3 to 4 days later, snuck into my office. I was typing on my computer, and he's a big guy, and he moves very stealthily.
Yeah.
And he
move a ladder quick.
He choked me out, and he.
Choked you out. Like
Straight
you
up,
saw.
he knocked you out, choked you out?
Well, he choked me out, and I tapped out because he pulled me out of my chair and was choking me, and I tapped, and he's just like, I'm so disappointed. I'm like, why are you disappointed? He goes, you just tapped so easy. And I was just like, I go, all right, well, next time I'm not tapping, I'm going to break your hold. And a couple days later, he ripped me from at my office. I'm in business casual, like,
Dockers.
brown shoes, Dockers, a button-down shirt, probably blue. And I'm typing. And he throws a rear naked choke on me, and I'm fighting it with all my might. And I was like, I'm not tapping. And I remember my vision, like going tunnel vision.
Yep.
And he rendered me fully unconscious on the ground in the middle of my office.
I think that's against the employee handbook.
And he did it not once, not twice, but thrice. 3 separate times he rendered me unconscious while at work.
Holy cow.
That's a wow. That
Yeah.
brings office shenanigans to a whole other level.
I'll tell you about office shenanigans. We somehow got a hold of these videos that included Terry Tate, office linebacker.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember those? If you've never seen them, YouTube. Terry
Google.
Tate, office linebacker. Well, how long ago was that? Like 8 years ago?
Oh, yeah.
At least
Yeah.
8 years ago.
A long while ago.
So anyway, we just love these, and I am at the end of the hallway, and Paul is in the president of the company's office, and he's not. He can't see me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can totally go Terry Tate on him right now, and so I go as fast as I can, reasonably fast, and I go screaming down this hallway, and he clearly has military training because he saw me out of the corner of the corner of his eye, and in mid-sentence in talking to our friend, he turns to the side, grabs me, and throws me down, and I'm just like flips me, and I go, he's like, what are you doing? And the president's looking over. The president of the company's looking over, and he looks down. And he's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I don't know. We've just been watching a lot of those Terry Tate office linebacker commercials. I don't know. I don't know.
Ready for lunch?
Yeah. Who's buying? So
Well, let's go. Let's cut to a commercial, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about him getting maced.
It happens only in the daytime. She looks to me.
If you're like us and enjoy reading books but just don't have time, try listening to one through Audible. Click on any of the Audible ads at nitromedia.com and start a free trial now.
I can hear there's a kick and then a scream, but it's only in her dream.
Well, we're back, and thanks for those sponsors. We were talking about being maced. So Paul, he's pretty much the baddest guy we know, right? For the most part.
Well, I mean,
Most bad.
he's a ranger.
Yeah.
He's been on missions.
Yeah,
Like-
missions.
The U.S. government has said, "Hey, we need some people to be dead, and we'd like you to dead them." And
We
did it.
We don't. I mean, we can't necessarily out him like that, but
Well,
he could do it. He has the skills.
The funny thing is that at one point, I think I was 12 years old, 13 years old, and Paul tried to knock me out.
That's funny because I was 12 at one point too.
We all have something in common now.
Hey, we were all 12. But no, it was really funny because I think we were wrestling at on a trampoline or something with a bunch of other kids, and he decided that he was going to try and knock me out.
Was he your scout leader?
The way I described him was better than the way you described him.
True.
Yeah.
So Paul's with his brother-in-laws at the time, and they're big, mean guys. Not mean. I don't know if they're mean or not. Anyway, they said they were parked at a light, and these guys came up beside them and shot bear spray into the Hyundai. And I was like,
"That's Hyundai."
Hyundai.
You're not even using.
Hello, kitty.
You're not even trying.
Go ahead.
Hello, kitty. So anyway, yum yum, hair on fire. So anyway, I go. Were you talking about it? Were you there?
Oh yeah, I was there.
We're like, did you kill those guys? Did you kill those guys? Did you get out and just like hunt them down and kill them? And he's like, well, first of all, Hyundai, don't go that fast when you have that much weight in it. And two, he goes, we were all just crying like babies because we were incapacitated. Yeah. So, I went back to my dad and I said, yeah, I don't feel like a baby because it totally took out Paul.
So
you shouldn't feel
Paul
bad at all.
0, Bear Mace 1.
Listen, he is tough. There's one time I offended him at work, and he came up and he grabbed my shirt. You remember this?
Wait, I think I should tell this tale because I was the same way you made Jake tell about me and the snake. Jake the snake, hey.
Oh, please.
I don't remember what.
I don't remember what it was.
Roy said something that Paul did not sit well with Paul, and Paul grabbed him, and Roy immediately fell to his knees to beg for mercy, and in the process,
well, he has like some ninja move where you can.
He's got really big hands.
Yeah, he can just grab your collar and choke you out with your own shirt.
Wait, hold on.
He was choking me out with my own shirt.
That's one of the ways he rendered me unconscious.
So you gonna continue?
Well, I just remember him grabbing you falling to the ground, and your pocket was in his hand.
His pocket was in my hand.
Oh,
I was just reaching for anything, and I accidentally tore his like Hawaiian shirt pocket, and I felt salty discharge coming from my eyes because I knew what was coming next. And there's a point where somebody knows that you are like in their hands, your life is in their hands, and then they go crush you more, and then he just crushed me more, and just to prove a point. And I so wished I had a sewing kit because I would have sewed that pocket.
What was his point?
The point is.
that-
Have you ever been to prison? His point is to assert dominance. Alpha male. That's the point.
Yeah.
The point was purely alpha male.
I think.
I
In
respect
fact,
him more.
I think he turned alpha male into a verb that day. He alpha mailed you.
He alpha mailed me.
Yes.
Yeah.
In fact, I didn't rip his shirt, but just watching him scare you so bad, he alpha mailed me as well by proxy.
Well, I thought I was scared, but I've seen some things that are scarier.
Yikes.
Okay, so should we talk more about Paul?
No, we're done.
All right,
I think we killed Bear Mace. We've done all
I feel
that.
like we all know Paul.
We got a few emails this week.
Email us. You can email us at the Roy and Matt Show at at the Roy and Matt Show at gmail.com. The Roy and Matt Show at gmail.com.
All right.
Yeah, we got an email here from Rob. You guys might remember him from last week. He was on the show. He competed in what's the name of the game?
Taglines.
Taglines.
So yeah, he sent us an email with some suggestions and things. He says, "I'm loving the podcast. I think you need to name the what?
No, you're fine. Continue. Okay. I was stretching. Go ahead.
I think you need to name the episodes. This one could be called Lucas and the Dead Dog or Chainsaws and Hippolas. Definitely some great ideas.
What episode was that? 3?
I think it was 3.
Fine. Next. What else?
But he said he adds a couple of suggestions for taglines, and since he's actually played and believes that he won, that might actually fit.
He did not win. For the record, that's clearly not true.
Hold on. We said that he didn't win because he wasn't here, right?
No, he didn't win because he was blood doping.
Yeah, I know. I understand that. We wanted to make some. We wanted to make some type of rule, or you felt that I had to make some rules so that I would win. Here's the thing. In all my narcissistic life, where I not only love this show because I'm on it, but I listen to it multiple times because I noticed that I called Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. That was mine. I was up. I actually won the show.
Nay.
Yay.
Nay.
Yay.
Having edited the show
It's
and
Willy
listened
Wonka.
to all of it, I happen to know that Rob did win.
You're such a liar, Logan.
Yes, because it's that advantageous for me to lie about this.
How did
Collusion.
he win? How did he win?
He won his
Bull.
I watched the way. Okay, so
No, how did he win? Just explain it. How did he win?
See which way
hit
his move
hit first.
first.
He guessed the
I
movies
guessed
first?
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I was up 3, and everybody goes, "Oh, you're tied." I'm like, "No, I'm up by 3."
Well, by that rationale,
I didn't say that, but I knew it. But I just didn't want to upset Rob because he was
Oh,
new.
wow.
Okay, so his suggestions are on taglines, and he would actually just like to see the two of you go at it and make a bet of some kind, to make it really interesting. Maybe throw down some money on the table or something else like that.
Okay.
He said that we also might want to dig deeper into the 80s and find some harder, less recent shows. I think that we were skewing more of the recent movies because of the audience group. I mean, Jake and I needed to compete, and if you go before our birthdays, and it's our actual birthdays, then it might be difficult for us to compete in that. But he liked it a lot, and he gave us a couple of different suggestions on what to do, and he says keep podcasting. And all 7 of us will continue to listen. So to all 7 of you,
Well, great. Well, there you go.
How many of him does he have?
There you go. So, do we want to jump into taglines? We can play it.
I'm ready if you are. For the record, I
You
guess
ready?
I would have won that game had I been here.
You know, here's the thing.
You know what? You'd like to think so, but I don't know.
No, it's so true. I
No.
guessed the first 4 before
Bring it
anyone,
to the
and that
table.
so would have done it.
So,
But
yeah.
see, these aren't going to be Hugh Jackman movies.
Jack
We're
Human.
Jack Human.
Jack Human movies. Or Johnny Depp.
which I got a lot of comments on, by the way. The
On
Jack
what?
Human,
Jack Human.
a lot of really.
Okay, hold on. Let me allow me to explain myself.
Do you think you should? Just let it go.
Please
Yeah,
explain
explain.
yourself.
Just leave
Explain
Jack
it.
Human. Well, I got called to the table. We talked about it last week, I believe. Our attempt to become stand-up comedians, and one of the jokes Andy wrote was
Our
about
buddy Andy.
Yeah, our buddy Andy wrote a joke about how Hugh Jackman can sing, he can dance, he can also get ripped out of his mind and be Wolverine. And I can't remember the joke. I think the joke. This might be butchering it. The joke was aliens. He's not real. Aliens made him, and they meant to name him.
Oh,
Jack,
he's a symbiote.
Jack Human. He's going to be named Jack Human, and they messed up, so he's Hugh Jack. I know it was Andy's joke, and I know it was funnier than what I just said. I'm butchering it.
Really?
You don't say.
Well, you don't know. You two may have not liked that delivery, but maybe someone else did.
Maybe. To each
Anyways,
his own.
So, shout out to Andy, Jack Human.
Or, all right, where were we?
We're ready for the show, or we're ready for taglines. If you are.
Who are we doing?
Who is it
We're
this
doing
time?
Angelina Jolie. We're going to throw in a
Angie
female.
Jo.
We're going to throw in an actress this week.
Angie Joe.
Don't talk about her like you know her.
Andy Joe.
Listen, we've seen enough movies.
If-
I've seen Mr. and Mrs. Smith so many times. Hold on. Best scene of Mr. and Mrs. Smith. What am I thinking?
When they fight.
When they fight, it's the best. Where?
My goodness.
In the
In the
kitchen.
kitchen.
In the kitchen. They fight all over the place.
But it
It's the
starts in the
best.
kitchen, I think.
Have you-
No, it starts in the hallway, then moves to the kitchen. Boom, photographic memory.
Honey, are you okay? And he's like, clink, 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 clink. He's taking the gun and just wrecking it on the ground. That movie's so awesome.
All right.
Did your wife seen it?
Oh, yeah, my wife.
Did she like it?
Yeah.
Huh. It's one. My wife has this list of movies that if it's on, she knows that if that movie comes on, I'm watching it.
Hold
no
on.
matter what.
There's another movie that if it's on, we're watching it no matter what. What am I thinking?
Born Identity.
Oh,
Quigley Down Under. I will watch Quigley Down Under every single time.
that's a good guy.
Not the
No,
whole thing, but
I was not thinking of that. I was thinking Tin Cup.
Tin Cup. You know what scene? I do watch that show. I've watched it so many times. I stayed up so late, and it was on Tin Cup. Tin Cup was on like a TNT where I had to watch the freaking commercials. And I think Tin Cup's like somewhere in my house too. But it was on TNT, and I watched the commercials because I just wanted to watch the final scene where he
When he
hits
makes
the
it.
ball. Yeah.
Anyways, so with that, Angelina Jolie.
Angie
well, if
Jo.
we're gonna do Angelina
What?
Jolie, can we should do her
What?
nemesis, Jennifer Aniston as well, shouldn't we? Shouldn't we do like
We could definitely
a
do
couple
both.
of each?
I don't think anyone's seen any movie with Jennifer Aniston.
I certainly don't remember any movie.
Friends.
Friends, season 6.
Friends.
Do you want to
Friends,
explain
Friends.
Season 10.
why they have
It's-
a rival? Why they're
It's a TV show.
Listen. If you don't know why Angelina
Oh,
Jolie
it's all
and
over
Jennifer
Brad
Aniston
Pitt.
are rivals,
The Womb Raider.
don't. It's just better to not know.
You went there. We wanted that joke, but Jake stole it from us. You stealer.
You stealer.
He didn't even perpetrate a heist.
Do you have? Are you ready?
I'm ready. I was
We're
ready.
ready.
I'm
You guys
waiting
are
for
going
your
off
guys.
on
That's
two.
usual.
All right, go. Shoot.
Okay, so the very first one, a CIA agent goes on the run
Salt.
after it is salt.
Sorry.
Lame.
Ouch.
Lame.
Are you ready for the next one?
Hold on. Did you know what that movie was going to be about at all?
Has
From
someone
the-
been
from
doing
the-
homework?
When I watched
When
the
you
first
saw
time-
that, when you saw the trailer, when she has like a backpack and she's like climbing on the
No.
side of a house, I thought it was going to be dumb. And then we watched it. I watched it. And I was like, this movie's awesome.
Yeah, I agree. I liked it real well.
I totally like it.
Okay,
You know what? Once again, the Russians.
I miss him.
It was that. That's one. We
miss
talked
them.
about the Russians. That's why it was awesome. It's because once again the Russians were at fault.
Yeah, I love the Russians.
Dang it! I'm losing.
All right, next one. A retired master car thief must come back.
Gonna
to
say
the-
seconds.
I
got
you guys
this.
suck.
I got it.
What do you mean you got it? Who got it?
Technically, it was Roy. He had that one.
Don't throw your technicalities at me.
Don't confuse you with
Who else
facts,
was in
I
that?
think is what it's called.
The Cage.
Who? What? Where?
Nick.
In the
Nick
cage.
Cage.
Okay.
There was a big Tongan in that. No, there wasn't. Hold on.
Yeah, there was.
No, there wasn't. That was
That was
Yeah,
the
there
Italian
was.
job.
that was the
Oh,
Italian
it's the
job.
Italian job. Frick.
Jake gets mad.
Wait, since I just got the Italian job, do I get another one?
No.
2. I have 2.
You don't have two. I'm supposed to cheat.
She's not even in that one.
All right, go
Moving
ahead.
on.
Oh, but you know who else is in that
Shut
movie?
up,
The
Roy.
Italian.
I actually specifically chose not the Italian
Italian
job.
job. Who's that girl?
Charlie's Theron.
Charlize Theron.
Charlize Theron.
Theron, isn't that? That's her name.
Right.
Look at the spelling. Theron. Go on.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Wow.
Revolves around Frank, a blank visiting Italy to mend a broken heart. Elise.
Oh,
an
it's with the one with Johnny
extraordinary
Depp.
woman
and
who
it's
delivers
a
and
witness.
crosses his
The
path.
tourist.
The tourist.
Jake with the win.
Suckers.
Tourist.
That movie was
The
not
Witness.
good.
Hey, who saw that?
What?
No
The
one.
tourist.
I saw that. I
You
saw it.
He was that. Didn't he get like a ton of work done? You know how many Groupons that is? That is like.
I can't even talk about the tours. Let's go to the next one.
Why don't you like the tourist?
No one likes to.
Now,
I don't know.
no,
I didn't
you
mind it.
guys are gonna get this one right away, but it is a specific one of a group of films that she was in.
Tombstone 2. Tomb Raider 2.
Blank is on a quest to save Pandora's box.
Whatever.
Laura Croft, Tomb Raider.
It is, but which one?
3.
Wait, there's 3 of them?
The video game.
No.
N64.
Nope.
Laura Croft, Tomb Raider, The Apprentice.
Tomb Raider. Hold on.
Tomb Raiders of the
Who
Lost Ark.
cares?
Laura Croft,
No
Tomb
one
Raider.
cares.
What did you just say, Jake?
I said Tomb Raiders of the Lost Ark because that was the only thing I could think of.
Cradle of Life.
Cradle of Life.
I said it first.
Yeah.
Is that one where the balls are
no one's-
spinning thing and
Yes,
you're like
it's the one with the shorts and the black tank top.
Oh, you should have said that.
All right. This story revolves around a possible conspiracy behind the real-life murder of the Oregon head of corrections,
Taking
Michael
Lives.
Franke. No. No.
I got nothing.
Misty Oregon Trail.
Came out in 1995.
Misty.
He died of dysentery.
That.
Also
Sasquatch.
starring Scott Plank.
Oh, Scott Plank. No one knows who that is.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Pass.
Okay, without evidence.
Without evidence.
I was
Yeah,
close. I was
no.
closest.
You guys better get this next one.
Hold on.
Whoa.
Have you guys been to Blockbuster lately?
Is there a Blockbuster?
You mean
is.
Redbox at the grocery store?
No.
No.
Have you been into Blockbuster lately?
Blockbuster.
No.
Really?
No.
Yeah, there have. They're
You
still
you
open.
have.
Yeah.
Have you seen the movies that are out now? They're all scary. Every
The
single
horror-
movie. Go in there. It's like
the horror genre is really big right now.
Why is that?
Zombies.
You movie
It's-
man, why is that?
It's their current kick. It's
It's a horrible kick. I mean, they've got like babies coming out of like skin on people's bellies and clowns with knives and everything's a zombie and and Abe Lincoln's killing half of them and it is horrible.
You know what,
Every
Quentin
single thing is
Tarantino.
horribly scary.
Actually, but this is not a new occurrence. This is actually generally how it is. The horror genre is huge, and sometimes it gets overpassed in the summer, so we don't know about a lot of the.
That's
horror
why I
films
love
that
the
come out.
summer.
But the horror genre comes out constantly throughout the year. It's huge. It's big.
I'll tell you this much: that stupid Mama movie.
Yeah.
I'm never going to see that movie.
Of course not.
I don't even. My problem with it is like the commercials. They're constantly on. It could be like 3 in the afternoon, and me and my daughter are watching soccer, and all of a sudden there's a Mama commercial. I'm like, I got to change the. I hate it.
Who knew that you had to just walk around with the remote in your hand? When you have children like that age, though, you have to. You can't. There's no button to just say go, or no setting that says don't share scary movies, commercials.
Yeah,
there should be.
Probably
should be.
There used to be.
Well,
there used to be a button that you could just say don't.
There used to be
scary.
more warning on commercials.
Oh, well.
They've cut away most of the warning on commercials about whether or not they're appropriate for children.
All right, so everybody's distracted. What's the last one?
So I'm winning. I'm winning.
To me.
A young boy is arrested by the U.S. Secret Service for writing a blank. And
War Games.
Nope, and is banned from using a computer.
Hackers.
Hackers it is.
That's 2 for me, 1 for you guys. You all suck.
I don't think that you should gloat like that. Did
Wait,
I
hold on,
ever
hold on.
say
I
you
have
suck
two.
when you win?
I have
When I
two.
won, I've
You
won.
had one.
I've won
I
a
have
number
two.
of times.
What were the 2 you got?
Well, I don't.
Lead with grace.
I don't
man.
remember.
Lead with grace.
You
I have to compensate for the game I lost last
week. You mean
week.
tie with Grace?
Tie with.
'Cause I have
I'm
2.
just saying.
And we are into the Jennifer Aniston section.
Yes.
Are these bonus points?
These are.
Nobody knows Jennifer Aniston
Everybody knows
movies.
Jennifer Aniston movies.
You're not going to get any of these.
I'm not going to
Try
get
me.
any
Try
of
me.
them.
Try me.
You might.
Uh,
A traveling art saleswoman tries to
Who
shake off a
cares?
flaky hotel manager who falls
Change
for
up.
her. Nope. And won't leave her alone.
Breakup.
No.
It's a romantic comedy.
Final
I'm sure.
yes.
No, let's go to another category.
Other than Jennifer Aniston?
You're quitting
Yeah.
already?
Yeah, let's try another Jennifer. Give
All right,
us another one.
give us one that.
You're going to get this one. A guy who complains about blank too often is given...
Bruce Almighty.
Bruce Almighty, you big jerk.
I win. This is how it goes.
is Bruce Almighty. That's a really popular one.
Is that the one with
Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey?
Yep,
I didn't really like that one.
Morgan Freeman.
I like the second one with Pete Carell. Carell?
Steve
Carell.
Steve Carell.
Really?
Pete
You like
Carell.
that one?
You know, the coach of the
When he turned into
he's
Noah.
The best.
He took a quick hiatus from coaching the Seahawks. Did a
Don't you
movie.
like the second one better?
No.
What?
sorry.
You like Jim Carrey? I don't
No,
like Jim Carrey.
I like Steve Carell. I didn't think those moves a necessary sequel. Moving on.
No way. I disagree. For that, I get 2 points.
Because you're different. Because you don't conform.
Keep going. Is that it?
That was it.
I win.
It was Bruce Almighty. Matt wins.
You only had 2
Tied.
movies. All right, that's fine.
No, I had the...
No, I won because
You win.
I win.
So anyway, people love this show, this thing, taglines. In fact, I had a couple different people come up and say, "I'd bury you at this," just like Jake did when he lost
True.
today. You know?
I played
Yeah.
it while you guys were playing it, and I totally guessed them way before you guys.
But you know what else? You know what else, Jake?
What's that?
One time I won Jeopardy. I mean, I wasn't on TV. I was just answering questions. I was by myself, but I knew it, and I knew the most answers.
Was it when that one nerdy guy was on for like 60 episodes?
Yeah.
You beat him?
I will say this: that the lady that talked to me about this said that she would absolutely bury us. In fact, she got so mad that we kept calling Kurt Russell Kurt Douglas that she was ready to just break her iPod.
I think it's fun that clearly she loves movies,
Yeah. Oh, loves movies.
and clearly
she has more movies.
she loves Kurt Russell. But also, she clearly agrees that that one girl's name has been legally changed to the gal who killed
Sirius
Sirius
Black.
Black.
Yes. But knowing who you're referring to, she
Loves
would be
movies.
a very strong contender.
Okay.
Very,
Well-
very strong contender.
Listen, I feel very horrible that
Shout out to you, Julie.
I didn't. We were talking about Kurt Russell movies. What did I say? I said Overboard, and I said some other stupid movie.
Well,
You know the one that we missed.
well, hold on. His best movie is Big Trouble in Little China.
Okay.
I'm going to say that again because it is without doubt.
And
you might
I'm
try
going on
to
the
escape
record
from L.A. or something like that.
No. Escape from L.A. Escape from New York. And he what? Snake Plissken.
Yeah, I know.
Snake freaking Plissken. What? 5 minutes?
Yes.
Till what?
I thought you wanted to do 45 minutes.
Oh, we're going. I told you we're going longer. We got substance.
Roy's
tonight.
on one.
Roll.
All right, well, I think Big Trouble in Little China is better. And in fact, I'll go back. There's an actual mathematical equation that proves that that's a better movie.
All right.
Which
Is
is?
there?
Is
Yeah.
it the length of his hair makes the movie better?
Yeah, it's quadratic.
Oh,
What
man.
about-
Hold on. There's
What
a...
about Tango and Cash?
Oh.
Okay, hold on.
King
There's-
of the Kurt Russell movies.
There's a name of a Kurt Russell movie. I can't remember it, but I think the premise is like the guy has his daughter kidnapped or something.
What?
No?
You're
Either
making
way.
stuff up.
No, either way, I worked at a bank where Kurt Russell filmed a scene in the movie.
Well, now you're just showing off.
I know.
What is it? You don't even
I
know
don't
the name
remember
of
because
it.
I haven't seen it.
Well, I ate lunch with them.
We all...
That's funny because he actually unwrapped my Christmas presents one year.
He chews my food,
Oh, man.
so I win.
I'm going to remember it way later.
All right, well, let's jump
I don't
in.
think you win anything for that.
But I think
brother.
speaking of Kurt Russell, that's a perfect segue to our next part called parenting.
Which is our next segment called A Commercial. So we'll be right back after these words.
Backbeat, the word is on the street that the fire in your heart is out.
If you enjoy seeing movies at the theater, don't wait in line. Purchase your tickets through Fandango at ninethrowmedia.com. Click on any of the Fandango ads to purchase your tickets and have them sent to your phone, or print them out at home. It makes it fast, easy, and it's reliable. Get into your movies first with Fandango at ninethrowmedia.com.
Co-winding, and all the lights that lead.
Welcome back from the commercial. I hope you enjoyed it. And please don't do that little cheap thing where you hit the 15-second jump during the commercial breaks and skip them. That's not appropriate.
We time them differently each time. So you
You're
never
better
know.
than that, audience.
Yeah, we expect more from both of you.
What are we talking? What do you have for parenting?
Parenting.
What happened with you this week?
Well, do you want to go first or second?
I don't care. I got something.
I got something too. Well, mine's not that big.
That's great. You should have a podcast.
Rochambeau. Go.
Rochambeau.
No, just go.
All right. Well, here's what happened.
You
So Taylor's in preschool now. I'm sorry, I have to adjust this so I can line it up right. Taylor's in preschool now, and Taylor's 100% a daddy's girl, and I love it.
Right, she'll fart in front of you.
Yeah, she does. She farts in front of me. She likes me more than everybody, and it consistently makes my wife mad and me happy when like Taylor will get hurt and she'll run and be crying and she'll dodge my wife who'll be like, "What's wrong? What's wrong, honey?" And she'll like move and she'll like hit the
Did
ground.
she do a spin move?
Yeah, she'll
You
spin
should teach her
move.
how to do a spin move.
She'll spin move and run to me. And my
You
wife,
should teach her to slide under Kelly's legs like a Tomb Raider.
Between her caring arms.
Right.
yeah, we try to encourage as little Tomb Raidering as possible.
Put her in. Go ahead. Put her in shorts and a tank top. Just have her.
Yeah. But anyway, so she's in school now, and for the past 6 months, she tells everybody I'm her best friend.
Right.
And it's awesome to me. Like, legitimately, I'm not even trying to be funny here. This isn't a bit. It brings me joy when she goes, "Oh, well, my dad's my best friend." Like, other people will be like, "Taylor, are we friends?" And she'll say, "No, my dad's my best friend."
There you go.
And
You win.
I win, and it's awesome, and it like warms my soul every time. Well, she came home from preschool the other day, and she told me Emma is her best friend now.
Oh man, I hate Emma.
I hate her. I was just like, I started trying to like knock Emma down a few pegs.
Like Emma can't even drive you to get cookies.
I was like, "Oh, hey Taylor, has Emma ever given you fruit snacks? Watch this."
Didn't there one time your daughter, that's all she would eat is fruit snacks?
Oh man, Logan, can you pull up "Butterfly Kisses"? That one song.
Absolutely.
For some father-daughter.
No,
I'm sorry.
I mean this isn't like
I don't know.
daddy-daughter cute stuff. This is just real life.
I don't know what butterfly kisses is, but if you're trying to insult my relationship between me and my daughter,
No. We're just trying to capitalize on
I'm
it.
just saying.
Oh, okay.
What? No, Jake. What are you just saying?
Well, this is where that line is drawn between you parents, old guys, and me and Logan, who care for our snakes and dogs.
You know what? You know
That's-
what?
Whoa, hold on.
I hope your snakes and dogs
grouping my
closest.
snake and your dog love.
That's the closest thing we have to this.
I have
Well,
a wife.
So,
Well, I'm just saying, as hokey as this sounds to you, I'm telling you,
This doesn't sound hokey at all.
You'll have a kid one day, and you'll re-listen to this podcast and be like, I shouldn't have given Matt crap, because
I'll be like, I hate Emma too.
I hate her face so much.
Well,
I-
maybe
and-
you'll be her best friend again.
Well, and
someday.
here's the deal.
Maybe if you share your lunch.
I find
like
myself not
Emma
liking
does.
Emma's parents now.
You're projecting.
Yeah, but the only like solace I can take from this is Emma's mom and my wife, they walk sometimes while the kids are in preschool, and Emma's mom was just like, has Taylor started doing this annoying laugh? And I was like, what are you talking about? And she goes, Emma started doing this thing where she goes at everything. And she's like, it's the worst, I think. And she's like, I think one of the other girls. She's like, I think one of the other girls started. She came over.
Helga?
Yeah, Helga came over to have a play date the other day, and Helga was doing. I think Helga taught Emma this stupid. Is Taylor doing it? And Kelly's like, I don't think so. And Kelly's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then they went back and they were leaving preschool, and she was helping put the shoes on. And the other kids started doing it, and Kelly came home, and she's just like, Taylor's the one who started that laugh. And I was like,
I know where it came from.
So it came from me.
It came from you, because I've heard you do it.
Because I teach Taylor that when she throws insults at people.
What do you mean when she throws insults at people? Like what?
Like,
Your
she'll
Little
me.
Pony isn't as good as My Little Pony?
Nah, she'll come running in and she'll be like, Mom, you have a stinky booty. And then she runs off. And it makes me happy to know that the thing Emma's mom hates, I started.
There you go.
That's how I found victory in this.
Oh, man.
You should go over to Emma's place for like a play date and not you, but Taylor, and then just like throw all of her toys out so that she gets in trouble for not. It's just a thought. I don't know.
Emma had a birthday the other day.
I'm sorry, your ideas of like fatherly like revenge. Throw the toys everywhere.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can't be too mean,
give 'em
right?
what's what.
Jake, have you ever cleaned up after a kid?
The parents lose their mind. You pick up these toys. Listen, you better help pick up those toys. And in the meantime, you're just like, let's get the heck out of here. They'll pick up their own toys. People leave our toys out all the time and just leave. They owe us.
Oh man,
They owe us.
It's a pay it forward type of thing.
Emma had a birthday the other day, and I had to take her to the party, and it was Taylor's first like friend party. Like, she's had it with her cousins, but this was her first friend party.
Yeah.
And it was very awkward for me because I went to drop her off, and there's all these moms dropping their kids off, and I was the one dad, and I take Taylor inside, and I'm standing there, and I'm looking around, and I very sheepishly went, what do I do now?
What do you do?
And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, do I
stay? Do I go?
Do I stay here? And then these moms all just look down at me. They're like, rookie. And I'm like, what should I do? And they go, you have 2 free hours. Go do anything you want for 2 hours.
Right.
And I was just like, oh, that's...
So the present really isn't like, you shouldn't look at that little present that you're buying like, oh, that's a $10 present, whatever it is. Whatever your limit is. That is like $5 an hour babysitting. Right?
Really it is, yeah.
That's what it is.
So anyway, so that was my parenting thing, is I hate a 3-year-old.
All right.
But I hate her based on my love of my 3-year-old.
So
it's a noble hate.
Back to that love.
I have an older parenting thing now.
Okay.
Couple things. So some friends on Facebook, they were talking about their daughter going to school. Maybe it was their son. I think it was their son going to school, and it was a project where they had to do a school project, and this mom was bent because she let her son do the project by himself.
Right.
And got bent that when he took his popsicle sticks and whatever, that was just a train wreck, and took it to school, and then you looked at everybody else's project, and like some kid whose dad's an engineer, had had like a bridge and
Like
whatever the heck they were
parts.
doing, had moving parts. There was probably a servo.
A shuttle landed, a little toothpick shuttle.
Shuttle landed. So, some critters got out, and so I just remembered all these different projects that my kids did growing up, and for the most part, our thing was pretty hands off, unless it was just some ridiculously hard project where you just go, why are you giving? Why is a 7-year-old or an 8-year-old doing this? You're clearly giving this to me.
Yeah.
Mrs. Jones, I do not like you because this is not the 7-year-old project. You're pissed at all of us parents, and you're just making us do this.
Like when you have to build a California mission.
I don't even do that anymore because you can just buy one of those at Michael's now.
Oh well.
So
God bless
two
Michael's.
things happened. Sarah had to build this leprechaun trap. These are two vivid things that happened. Sarah had to build a leprechaun trap, and means you have to build some type of contraption that would catch a leprechaun. So Sarah took a shoebox, folded some loops of duct tape, and then put a Barbie bed at the end of the thing, like a leprechaun's going to look in that box and go, you know what? I am crazy tired.
I could use a nap.
That
Could use
thing
some Barbie
looks
sleeping bed.
awesome.
Not only is there a bed, but there's ample shade. I'm gonna-
Shade.
I'm gonna
If I
catch a
can
few.
I'll just jump over these little things and I'll just take myself a nap. And so that was her concept. Pretty legit until you get to school and you see one that's in a jar that looks like Martha Stewart did it, and there's like a ladder and a bow, and I think some of it was made out of marzipan.
Marzipan is known to really reel in the leprechauns.
It's just gorgeous. And then there's, like I said, the one that has all kinds of moving parts. That was one. And then the other thing, when I think so we don't normally do it unless there's a competition.
There's something to win.
Oh, if there's something to win, then it's done. And so when your kids, like my kids, got into 7th grade, they had to make a mousetrap car, a car out of a mousetrap. And they say the budget is supposed to be $10. Well, my first prototype on that year, over $50.
Oh, good grief.
In just parts. And it was a disaster, and that didn't work. And then, and I think Ellen, this was Ellen's mousetrap car. She touched it like 5 times. And, but that's not the point. The point is for the kids to watch you deal with adversity in trying to make this. And the guys down at the hardware store, they're just like, oh man, it's mousetrap car season. We're totally going to have our sales quotas like in a week.
Yeah.
So we made this mousetrap car, and it did very well. And I was ready for when my son was going to do his car. I'm like, oh great, I've done this before. I'm ready to go. They came back, and it was a rubber band car. And this rubber band car had to actually stop at a certain point. So another, I don't know, $45 later, we have a rubber band car, and now I'm not talking to the other dads, and it once again, it's just it's pure competition.
Well,
So
I didn't know I had this as another parenting thing, but I want to bring this up. Taylor and I were playing Hungry Hungry Hippos the other night, and she
did you use both? Were you guys doing 2 each?
Yeah, we were doing 2 each, and I won.
Because you pushed down on your side, didn't you? And you were on the carpet.
We actually had to be up on the table because
you both are
that rule's been
cheaters.
established.
well, no, because we have our 8-month-old. She
Loves to eat marbles.
Oh my! Well, she moves so fast.
Yeah, like
She can.
she wants to eat those.
Yeah, she
hungry,
can,
hungry
and they
8-month
look delicious.
year-old.
Of course.
So we were playing, but I beat her. Well, I beat her. I knew I beat her, but she was counting. She's practicing, so she's counting the score, and she counts she gets. I can't remember. She's at 8, and she's counting mine, and she gets to 8, and then she looks and she has some left in her hand. So then she goes to hers, and she puts them in hers, and she goes, "Oh, I won," and I was just like, "Oh, you totally cheated." So then I didn't say anything, and we played a couple of times, and I noticed that because she likes to do where you hit the thing and all the marbles roll in, and then you start.
Right.
And she started hitting the marbles and then moving her chomp.
There's actual rules.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying? You wanted to hold the 3-year-old to the rules.
No. I was just letting it happen, and it turns out she's a total cheater. And
Surprise.
And I've never loved her more. I was so proud of her.
You're not cheating, you're not trying.
Yeah, I was just like, oh my gosh, I didn't even have to teach you to cheat. You were just born with this innate need to win at all costs. Do you want ice cream? And then the next night we were playing Candyland.
How can you cheat in Candyland?
Well, here's the thing: we were just
They're
playing,
just cards.
Yeah, and I beat her, And I don't know when the appropriate age is to let your kids know, hey, you're going to lose occasionally. And I beat
Apparently
her.
3.
Yeah, well, I gave it a shot, and I beat her, and she came on. She threw the board. I was like, really, Matt? Really, you need to beat a 3-year-old? And I'm like, I just had to see.
All moms say that.
And she
they do.
was so mad.
Who,
And
Kelly was mad at you or Taylor?
No, Taylor. Taylor was screaming and crying and throwing stuff. She tore a few cards, and I was like, you're awesome. I'm so happy.
Well, and with that,
I am so worried for my future.
if you guys learned anything, it's to
yes.
Be competitive. Teach your kids to be competitive, but nice. And I think that wraps up our episode for today. Do you have anything else?
No, I think that's a pretty solid one. Isn't it?
I have enough parenting tips and things to think about between now and then.
Look, we reprimanded her for losing her mind. I'm just glad she cares enough to not want to lose. We had to get her in trouble a little bit.
Well, of course.
And she was all cracked out on the ice cream I gave her for cheating and Hungry Hippos, so it's fair.
Fair enough. Well, that's it for this week's episode. My name's Roy.
I'm Matt.
I'm Jake.
Current champion of taglines.
Oh,
Matt.
goodness sakes.
Matt is the current champion. By the way, who won today?
Oh, yeah, who's the winner today?
Logan.
vote
You know what?
won.
Logan, you get to choose. Because you're kind of quiet, so you get to choose.
I'm going to have to go with Matt for winning taglines today.
Bam!
I didn't win anything
I'll
this
take
week.
it. I'll
Oh,
take a
whatever.
victory.
All right.
This is a stupid podcast.
Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Sorry, I went a little long.
This has been the Roy and Matt Show by NinthRowMedia.com.